Hey everybody. So just so you know, my 3 kiddos, I just laid them down. So if you hear any crying in the background, just drown it out. They'll be asleep before you know it. But yes, I have 3 kids, 3 and under, 3, 1, and 5 months. So I run this business during nap time basically and through the cracks of my day. I'm a stay-at-home mama and I love it, but I have worked my butt off to be a stay-at-home mama for good, and I'll share a little bit about how that looks for you. So yeah, I have 3 kids, 3 and under. I started my coaching journey 2 years ago, so I've had 2 babies since I've started. So I know Jessica touched on it earlier today, but if you are worried about time, that you're not gonna have enough time, like she's a twin mama with a vet, like I'm a stay-at-home mom, I have 3 kids, 3 and under, like you can fit this in if you are doing the right things, and your coach will teach you what to do, and it should not take up all of your time. So with that, I don't think I introduced myself. My name is Brooke, and I'm just going to jump in with my story, and then I'm going to dive in a little bit of one of my biggest fears when getting started out was just judgment and what would other people think of me. You know, that's a fear that I hear a lot of my coaches come in with, especially putting yourself out there on social media can be really, can make you like just want to vomit at times. I did a post earlier this week that kind of made me want to vomit, but it's so worth it. Those are the things that people need to hear and people need to see. So jumping back 2 years ago, I was pregnant with my first, and I was on Facebook, saw this super cute girl. Her name is Megan, and she was working out with this belly, had her cute girls around her, doing it at home. And I was like, who is this? Okay, I'm pregnant too. So I followed her, and I was that silent stalker for the first year. I never commented. I never liked one thing of hers, but I just watched. And I loved her positive posts. I watched her consistently show up. And I watched that she just had something more. She talked about, obviously she had her baby, I had my baby, and she started her home workouts. She had a plan in place and she got results. And here I was, I have my first baby and I'm drowning, see no results, going to the gym as often as I could. And it was just an evident difference that she had something different. And then she also was talking about this income that she was making, and that she was able to retire her husband and all of those things. I was like, okay, you stay at home, you work out in your living room, and you make money doing it. Sign me up. Let me try that. But first I needed to get in shape again. At that time I was 9 months postpartum. We just found out I was pregnant, and I was like, I want to continue staying at home. Of course, I was staying at home then, but it was not, we knew we wanted a lot of babies. We want like 4 or 5 babies, and they're expensive. So eventually I would need to go back to work if we wanted to keep having kids. So I reached out to her. She got me started on a homework. I did 21-day fix, a home workout, fell in love with it, and then threw this bag of shakes into the cupboard because I was like, no, I'm good without that. I know how to eat right. I grew up in a very health-minded family and got plugged into her challenge groups. Loved the community in there. Just a place where I could share about my workouts, about my day, just everything. The community that was in there was more than I ever had in fitness classes and at the gym. People always think, well, I'm going to miss that community of the gym. And I'm like, I only had one person that probably knew I was going to the gym, and it was like the old guy on the treadmill right next to me that we never talked. He just really smelled. So this was just so much better. And then I did see that these ladies, just had something different than me, and they just had this glow about them. This isn't my goal to have like ripped abs and lean muscle, but like they had a lot of babies and they had a lot of muscle, and I was like, well, I don't have that. So I was like, well, maybe I'll just give this shake a try. So I did. I was 3 months pregnant at the time, and I got it cleared by my doctor. She's like, she actually was very impressed. She asked me to bring a sample in for the next time. And I instantly, in like the first 3 weeks, saw ab definition for the first time at 27 years old. I was not craving my nightly bowl of ice cream anymore. And like my skin, my hair, my nails have cleared up. And I was like, okay, I get it. So I have not looked back since. And then I started looking at the coaching opportunity because I saw what this actually could do for me. but that fear of, well, what will people think? And just made me freeze. And I'm a Christian as well. So that part of, okay, what is this Christian mom posting pictures about her workouts? If she's in a sports bra, oh my goodness, what are other Christians going to think? What are other non-Christians going to think? Like, how do I balance both? My family wasn't even really that supportive when I kind of told them what I was thinking. My mom even told me, she's totally on board now, but she told me like, well, those people only last like 5 to 6 months. I was like, okay, thanks, Mom. People just don't get it until you start doing it, and that's totally okay. So it was hard to just start putting myself out there, but I talked to Megan about it, and she was like, Brooke, how was I to you? Was I ever salesy? Was I ever icky? Did I ever just come after you and just like not make you feel good? I'm like, no, you were awesome. You always were just genuine and real and raw, and you just shared your heart. And she goes, yep, and that's what you have to do. So kind of once I got okay, I don't have to be icky and salesy and spammy, I kind of got over that. That's when I started sharing from my heart and really saw the benefit. And she also said one thing to me that I did not understand. She's like, you're going to connect, you're going to get your tribe by doing this, by sharing your story. And I'm like, what do you mean tribe? Like, I don't even know what that kind of sounds weird, having a tribe. And now 2 years into this, I'm like, oh yeah, like I have a tribe of ladies that have my back, and they are the best thing that has happened to me since starting this coaching journey. Because likes attract likes. Yes, some people might get turned off by what you share. Those are not your people. But what I found is most people love what you're sharing and love what you're bringing to the table, because it's that light that they need. And also, a lot of people are on social media, they're not really worried. I was so worried that people, all the things that they're going to think of me, what I found is they're not really worried about me and thinking about me. They're thinking of their own problems and what they have going on in their life. And I'm just a small, little part that they get to see every day that might offer a little glimpse of hope for that mom who's like feeling like she's drowning in diapers, or that lady postpartum who hasn't worked out in 2 years. So that's really how I push past that fear, and then also really digging into my why of why was I coaching and the belief in this business. And that is totally okay. I had a why when I got started, but it really wasn't very clear to me until this last year. So I always tell my coaches, if you don't really know why you're doing this, if it's just kind of for fun, like that's okay. Your why will come out eventually. My why at first was I wanted to be healthy, because I want more babies and I want to bring them into this world as best as I can. And then I would love to be able to stay at home full time and never have to worry about going back to work. And I have worked to that point where that is definitely a possibility now. And I'm making the same income as I was as a first year teacher. And now my why is getting even deeper and even scarier. Now my why is I don't want my husband to keep working his job that is very physically demanding, very mentally demanding, that he just is at the end of the work week very drained. I would love for him to be able to go to a job he loves every day. I would love for him to be able to, work, a few hours if he wanted to. So my why has gotten a lot deeper now and solid. And also my belief in this business. And again, I didn't have that belief at first. It just came over time. You're not going to know what you're doing at first, and it's going to feel very out of your comfort zone, but just like your health, when you first start working out, when you first start eating right, like it doesn't feel right. You want all these you crave junk food, and you crave, you just want to lay on the couch. You don't want to work out, but the more you do it, the more it becomes a habit. And that's what coaching is too. And it becomes a part of your life, and it's so amazing. So that is a little of my story. That's how I got started with everything. And just that consistency of showing up and having that deep why and that belief in this has kept me going, because yes, I still have fears. We're humans. I think we're always going to have fears, but my whys and my beliefs will drown those fears out every single time. So thank you for tuning in. And you guys, I know you have I hope you're feeling just the heart of this team, but this is such a small, you're just getting a surface glimpse of the amazing women on this team. Like the women and the love that they bring to my life and to everyone's life they know just blows me away. So I really hope you get to experience it. And thanks for letting me chat with you. Talk to you later.